Welcome to this special DSC webinar focusing on the disability class, brought to you by HelpHub. Our first question focuses on a student with mild sensorineural hearing loss. According to Universal Design for Learning, or UDL, what is the initial modification a teacher should make in the classroom? The correct answer is B, seating the student in the front row and increasing the use of visual cues. The explanation emphasizes that for mild hearing impairment, initial modifications should involve seating arrangements and visual supports, aligning with UDL's principle of multiple means of representation. Question 2 relates to the RPWD Act 2016. What is the key perspective for classifying hearing impairment under this act? The answer is B, the percentage of hearing loss and its impact on communication. The RPWD Act of 2016 classifies hearing impairment based on the dB loss and the resulting effect on communication and functioning, not on IQ or financial status. Next question. For students with hearing impairment in an inclusion school, what is the priority strategy according to NEP 2020? The correct answer is C, providing multilingual and multimodal communication support. NEP 2020 promotes inclusive and equitable education, recommending communication modes like spoken language, sign language, captions, and visuals. Segregating students is against the spirit of the NEP. Question 4 is conceptual. A student with 56 to 70 decibels loss in an audiogram belongs to which hearing loss severity category? The correct category is C, moderately severe. Generally, a loss of 56 to 70 decibels is classified as moderately severe hearing loss. This is a common conceptual audiology question in DSC. Question 5. What is the main benefit of early identification and intervention for children with hearing impairment? The main benefit is B, improving speech and language development. Early intervention reduces the impact of HI on speech, language, cognitive, and social skills, improving development. It is incorrect to claim hearing loss is completely cured. Our next question. A 5th grade student with HI cannot hear speech clearly. The teacher focuses on, quote, face-to-face communication. What principle is this primarily related to? The correct answer is B, speech reading or lip reading support. Face-to-face communication allows the student to understand meaning through lip reading and facial expressions, which is a major part of speech reading support. Question 7. The term deaf is generally used for which level of hearing loss? The answer is C, hearing loss so severe that it impairs processing of linguistic information through hearing, with or without amplification. Slight or mild loss is usually referred to as, quote, hard of hearing. Moving to question 8. What is the main advantage of using an FM system in the classroom for a student with hearing impairment? The main benefit is B, direct transmission of the teacher's voice to the student's hearing aid. FM systems send the teacher's voice directly, minimizing background noise and providing effective classroom accommodation. Question 9. Providing peer note-taking for a student with HI in an inclusive classroom corresponds to which UDL principle? The answer is C, multiple means of action and expression. Peer note-taking allows the student to express their response or learning in an alternative manner, fitting the framework of action and expression. Question 10. In students with hearing impairment, what primary factor is most correlated with language delay? The correct answer is C, delay in phonological and lexical development due to reduced auditory input. Hearing impairment affects the processing of sounds, leading to delays in language components, independent of IQ. Question 11 asks, according to the RPWD Act 2016, which other condition is given special importance along with hearing impairment under communication disability? The answer is C, language and speech disorders. The RPWD Act of 2016 classifies both hearing impairment and language and speech disorders under communication disabilities. Question 12. A child with bilateral mild HI frequently asks, what, in background noise? What is key for the initial assessment? The essential initial assessment is B, pure tone audiometry and speech audiometry. These tests determine the degree and type of hearing loss and speech perception, which are crucial for intervention planning. Question 13. What is the primary objective of the school complex model suggested by NEP 2020 for children with HI? The objective is B, providing support through resource sharing and itinerant teachers. The NEP 2020 promotes resource sharing and specialized support across school clusters for inclusive education. Question 14. Which statement is incorrect regarding the total communication approach? The incorrect statement is B, allowing only one mode of communication. Total communication emphasizes flexible use of multiple modes, including speech, sign, gesture, and visual aids, based on individual needs. Final question, number 15. A teacher uses large font, clear diagrams, and color coding on the board for a 2nd grade HI child. What principle is this action aligned with? The correct answer is B, multisensory teaching. Using visual aids, diagrams, and color coding engages multiple sensory channels, which is a key principle in special education for learning intervention. Moving to question 16. What specific characteristic do children in the hard of hearing category typically possess? This slide contains a question without an answer. We will skip to the slide with the answer. The answer to question 16 is A. They can use spoken language with hearing aids or amplification. Hard of hearing children benefit from amplification, retaining residual hearing, unlike children classified as deaf. Question 17. In an inclusive classroom, using captioned videos for a student with HI primarily reduces which learning barrier? This slide contains a question without an answer. We will skip to the slide with the answer. The answer is B. Sensory auditory barrier. Captioned videos compensate for auditory loss by providing visual text, ensuring the message is received despite hearing impairment. Question 18. What is the first main objective of counseling parents of children with hearing impairment? This slide contains a question without an answer. We will skip to the slide with the answer. The main objective is C. Providing realistic awareness about the impact of hearing loss and the necessity of intervention. Counseling should focus on cooperation and realistic expectations, not negative messages or forced institutionalization. Question 19. What is the main reason for the reduction of incidental learning in children with HI? The answer is B. Not hearing background conversations and environmental sounds. Normal children learn incidentally through overhearing conversations and environmental sounds, which is missed due to hearing loss.